Hey everyone, this is the first lecture for section 1.4. I'm going to turn off my video so that I don't have to worry about being right in front of the camera while I'm writing. Yep, let me get to the correct problem. Okay, so when you're finding the sum of two numbers, when you're adding them, if they're both positive, you just add them. 5 plus 3 is 8. And your answer will stay 8, a positive. If they're both negative, your answer is negative, and you add 7 plus 4 gives us 11. So it's negative 11. Okay? When you have one of each, you look at the sign of the bigger number. 5 is bigger than 3. The sign on the 5 is negative. So I know my answer is negative. And then you always subtract the smaller from the bigger. So 5 minus 3 is 2, and I keep my negative sign. Now somebody might ask, can I just punch these in a calculator? And yes, you can. Okay, 7's bigger, it's positive, so 7 minus 4 is a positive 3. You can also do these on a number line. So like if I did this one on a number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You start with your first number, in this case it's 7. And then I'm going 4 in the negative direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4 gives me my solution of 3. Okay? Both negative. So my answer is negative, and I do 16 plus 24. Write it out and add it long ways if you have to, or punch it in that calculator. Okay? 31's bigger than 16, and it's negative. So my answer is negative, and I subtract my smaller from my larger. And I forgot my negative and my 1 there almost. If you need to, go to the side to subtract and do your scratch work, okay? Okay. Additive inverse is just another way of saying the opposite. So the opposite of 9, negative 9. The opposite of negative 12, a positive 12. So the additive inverse is just changing the sign and keeping the number the same. Okay, when you're subtracting integers, I always change my subtraction to an addition and then change the sign on the number. So this becomes negative 18. I change this to a positive, and when I change this sign, it changes the sign after it. Once I change that, I'm back to my previous rules. 40's bigger, so my number's positive, and 40 minus 18 is 22. Now these are the size numbers we're going to a number line you might not want to do. Now what if you have more than 2 integers? And then take them one at a time. So I'm going to do 10 minus 18 first. 18's bigger, so I know my answer is negative. And then 18 minus 10 is 8, so I get negative 8. But I still have my plus 25 that I now have to add to my negative 8. 25 is bigger, so over here, if I need to do scratch work, go over and do it. 25 minus 8 gives me a positive 17. Please be aware that I'm human and you will probably find mistakes on these once in a while as you go through them. If you catch a mistake, please feel free to call me on it, okay? Minus a negative becomes plus a positive. So 162 and 46 is 208. Plus my 80, because they're both positive, is 288. And then I have 288 minus 274. 288's bigger, so I just subtract to get 14. That is the end of the lecture for the first part of 1.4.